can't remember where I put my love, so I'm gonna have to bump up the volume on this video when I edit it. If this is your first video, this is gonna be interesting. I got a new bed. It arrived last Saturday, I believe. I put it together with help from my dad. And then got hit with the good old post-exertional malaise. My good friend, sarcastically speaking. For those who don't know, post-exertional malaise is one of the many side effects, symptoms of chronic fatigue syndrome, or myalgic encephalitis, which is basically when you have done a task that might have been too much for the following days afterwards. You feel incredibly exhausted, you have almost flu-like symptoms. Basically it's like when you've overdrawn on your bank account. You have overdrawn your energy and now you need time to get the energy back. Which is what happened with me. Yay! So for this past week I've just kind of like been slammed with exhaustion. Yeah, but the new bed, it's great, it's really cool. It's got shelves and a secret compartment and a little light, and all my vampire novels that I own are in there. I did have to move my shelves over this side a little bit because there wasn't enough space, so now I've got a shelf like right here, and I've put my crochet minis of the characters I created on there. I do need to move my Surviving Sin characters onto there, but I don't have space on the shelf. That's a problem for later me. Yeah, mostly it's just that, like, you know, that malaise, kind of not feeling the best. Hence my immune system has been kind of weakened. Hence I am feeling like I might have a throat infection coming. Which is always great. I love when I have throat infections. They just kind of do everything. Also got my eyes tested recently. My distance vision is not the best, so I need to get some distance glasses. I already have reading glasses, so now I get distance ones that will help me see things clearer further down. Turns out my eyes have been straining and that's why they get tired so quickly. Didn't realize that. Yeah. My course has been doing well. I've been doing well with my coursework. We did an online class on Friday, which was yesterday, at the time of recording this. I did sit in the class for most of it with a headache, a migraine, which is lovely, until I started getting palpitations, and then I decided I should probably stop and like have a lie down because these palpitations are not good. Also for the newbies, hi, I'm currently being investigated to see if I have postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or POTS. One of the symptoms for that is heart palpitations or skipping beats, so I need to log it down every time I have a palpitation or a skipped beat. Also if I stand up too fast I will fall over. Staying upright too fast also, I get sleepy feet because the blood has like stayed there. Mostly with POTS it's a lot of things with the heart isn't getting the blood around me properly, so yeah, I might do a whole video on that if I feel like it, just like my own understanding of it and not just refer you to some other YouTuber's video. So yeah, I backed out of class because I was having palpitations and they were kind of concerning, and so I needed to lie down. Once I laid down it was better. And yes, I was drinking water, and yes, I did have some food, so it wasn't any of that that was causing it. It was legitimately just my heart decided, hey, you know what? Time to skip some beats. Then we went out to the shops to do some grocery shopping, which in hindsight was probably not the best idea because, again, migraine. I had my noise cancelling headphones on, which made it quite difficult to talk to Mum, which is fine. That's fine. We're gonna look at getting me some better noise cancelling, like earbuds with the environmental settings, so that I can still talk to Mum, but I don't have as much noise. Because also I'm autistic. Yeah, that's a thing too. I have a lot of things going on with me. Maybe you guys would appreciate this joke I came up with, because one of my course mates did not seem to find the funny in it, but I almost sound like I have a doctorate, because if you put all of my conditions after my name, it's like ASD, POTS, CFS, MDD, celiac. Like, it makes me giggle because it sounds like I have a doctorate. I don't. I just have a bachelor's degree, and it's not even in anything medical. It's creative writing, which is a lot of, like, honestly, I would prefer going back to university than doing another certificate course, because honestly, doing a degree was a lot more fun. At least the classmates seemed to be better. I have a very formal way of speaking, probably due to the ASD, as you can tell, and a lot of the people at university had the same sort of manner of speaking and the same sentence structure and all that, and it was really nice and welcoming. They didn't seem to care about autistic, they had a better understanding of mental conditions and medical conditions and things like that, so they were nicer, and it was a more open and happy environment, whereas doing a certificate course is different. Everyone's speaking like really informally with all the slang and things. That kind of makes me uncomfortable. They're very open in their opinions on, like, sexuality, which kind of made me uncomfortable. Don't seem to understand that not everyone's mental conditions are the same. And so I just don't feel embraced in this coursework, which is not the greatest. I'm starting work placement next year, and the person running the center that I will be at for this work placement is like infinitely nicer than my teacher, which is great. I think that's awesome considering it's an early childcare center, so yeah, looking forward to that. This was supposed to be a video about the PEM I got after the bed came in, but then it was like, well, I kind of already said that already. Took me a few days to get used to the sleeping on a new mattress thing, because I got a new mattress as well as a new bed, and so that's like a lot of change at once, which is great. It's like, it's fine. It's not like the end of the world. But also my old bed squeaked, and this one doesn't squeak, and that's kind of something to get used to, because like this thing is solid wood and doesn't actually squeak or anything. I mean, like, the plan, I wanted to get a new bed because A, my mattress had a big like bump in the middle that was not helping my sleep at all. B, it was also an older bed frame, and it was metal, and like basically everything else in my room is wood, and so I wanted everything to kind of match, be aesthetic. It's not aesthetic in my room at all, trust me. Yeah, but it's just like, it's gonna take some getting used to, which I'm not very good at, honestly, the getting used to things. yeah, getting used to things is tricky for me. I don't like change. I already had to get used to the new desk, which I'm fine with. I'm actually kind of used to it now. I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. Yeah. Now I gotta get used to the bed. Also, I have apparently for the first time revealed to Mum about how I have memory loss problems, and she didn't realize, and turns out that's a serious symptom of chronic fatigue. The memory loss stuff and the brain fog, which is like the difficulties concentrating and finding words, and you've witnessed that in some previous videos, me just kind of like staring off into nothing. Yeah. So yeah, the memory loss is a thing. It definitely started up after I got COVID, which is around the same time that like started thinking maybe I do have chronic fatigue. So that's definitely a major symptom there, with the memory loss and the brain fog and all that. Which is not the greatest, but it's fine. I can handle it. That's why I write things down. Yeah, just tricky. That's about it, I think, that I have as an update for this week. I'm going to see the doctor on Wednesday, I think it was. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember. It's the follow-up to the 24-hour heart monitor I had to see how things go, which should put me a bit further down the track to finding out if I have POTS, which is great. I should stop talking because, like I said, I think I'm getting a sore throat and the talking's really not helping. I've been learning some guitar a little bit, so let me know if you want to like get like a video or something about, I don't know, the instruments I play. I don't play them very well, but I'm definitely more devoted to my violin than I am to any other instrument I own. I should get back to playing that. I'm trying to learn guitar as well, so it's like, do I play my violin today? Do I play the guitar? So I think maybe, because I've got this goal on like Monday, Wednesday, Friday to spend 10 minutes with an instrument. If I don't feel like learning the guitar, I can go to the violin and like practice, I don't know, try to get the vibrato out or get like the proper hand positions and things like that. Yeah, so if you want a video on that, I'm more than happy to do that. Just set up the camera and talk about that. That would be fun, I think. I think I'd enjoy that, actually. But you let me know if you want that. Yeah, so that's about it from me this week. And I'll see you next week. Until then, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell. I will try to be active on Instagram so you guys can see. So like I can also like do little like shorts or things on the instruments if you want that. I made a Patreon, but that's mostly just like a tip jar type thing if you want. Well, I'm not gonna put all my stuff behind a paywall is the thing. I don't feel comfortable with that. And obviously I've still got my Ko-fi, which is for like commissions, the selling my crochet, and Ko-fi's more like a tip jar, but yeah. You can either find my Patreon or you can find my Ko-fi, which I will have in the link description below for you to support me in any way you see fit. Even just watching and commenting on these videos helps. So yeah, see you next week.